And I'm Bill.
And we are the Football Geniuses. Welcome to the Football Geniuses. Today we will be talking about the playoff teams.
The college football playoff teams.
College. Before we get to the teams that actually made it, let's go to the teams that didn't make it. We're going to talk about 4 teams.
4 teams, all right. So who's the first team you want to talk about?
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M, SEC schedule, really tough schedule that they had this year.
Very.
Their only loss was?
Alabama.
Right, so the number 1 team, right?
Yeah.
Who did they beat that was good?
Florida. At the time, that they were number 4.
Right.
And Texas A&M was 22. So that was a really big win for them.
That was a huge win for them. And then, but they didn't make the SEC championship game.
Because of Alabama.
Because of Alabama. And so that was kind of a knock against them for not getting in. So that's probably why they didn't get in.
And instead of that, they played Tennessee. So.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, who's next? That didn't make it.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Yeah, the Big 12 representative.
Yep.
2 losses, right?
2 losses.
So,
I don't know why they're number 6. But it's probably because this is just weird season.
It is a really weird season, 2020. Thank you, COVID.
Yeah.
Yay. But no 2-loss team has ever made the playoffs.
Yeah.
So they weren't going to make it. Yeah. Just for that reason alone.
I
There's too many other good teams ahead
I thought Texas A&M was going to make it in.
Yeah, we'll get to that once we start talking about the number 4
later.
team.
Yeah,
the number 4 team.
Yeah.
All right, so the rest of the teams that didn't make it.
Florida,
yeah. So
3 losses.
Yeah, 3 losses, but their 3 losses were to who?
LSU, Alabama, and Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. So that LSU loss was the one that really killed them. 3 losses, they're not going to get in anyway. But
Weird.
the 3 losses knocked them out.
7. They're ranked 7th with 3 losses.
That's crazy. Okay, so Florida. We just talked about Florida.
Cincinnati.
So
Cincinnati.
Here's my rant on the Power 5 conferences versus the mid-majors.
Yeah.
No mid-majors will ever make it into the playoffs. There's money involved. They really shouldn't call it a playoffs. They should call it an invitational because the Big 5 conferences control who gets in.
Well, we'll get to the team that might make it.
Yes, okay.
Later.
All right. Cincinnati didn't have a chance. They didn't play anybody good.
Mm-hmm.
They were undefeated, but they just play in a smaller conference. They're not going to make it.
Next is BYU.
BYU. Oh,
Yes.
okay. We're going to talk BYU.
Yes,
all right.
we are.
Independent BYU.
Independent.
Yes.
They didn't play anybody except for Coastal Carolina.
Coastal Carolina, yeah. They have a great quarterback, though. That BYU quarterback,
Yes,
what's his name?
Wilson.
Zach Wilson. Look for him next year.
He could go high in the draft.
Yeah. All right, so you want to talk Coastal? You want to talk your boys?
This is my team. So Coastal Carolina lost in their bowl game 37-34 versus the highest non-power 5 matchup of all time.
Whoa.
Coastal Carolina versus Liberty. 9-1 Liberty versus 11.
Wait, is that true? What you just said? It's the highest ranked teams
For me it is.
For you it is.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go with that.
9-1 Liberty facing 11-0 that didn't 11-0 Coastal Carolina that was the co-champ because their conference championship game got canceled.
Not to mention their first game against Liberty got canceled.
Yeah,
and that's why they had to play.
They played BYU instead.
Right, they ended up playing BYU instead. And it was Mormons versus mullets is what they called that. Coastal Carolina's, their thing is mullets. I can appreciate that.
Dad, don't, please.
No, I don't have my picture with me, so you're safe.
Good.
So, but anyway, the Mullets ended up losing in the bowl game against Liberty. So they probably wouldn't have done very well in the playoffs to begin with.
Liberty got Coastal Carolina blocked a field goal.
Yeah, I know. Hey, you know what? We're talking way too much about the teams that didn't make the playoffs. Let's talk about the teams that did make the playoffs. Yeah. Let's get to number 4.
Notre Dame.
All right, everybody knows that I'm Irish. I'm an Irish Catholic.
But he still doesn't like Notre Dame.
I don't like Notre Dame.
You've never said that you're Irish on the video before, so.
Well, okay, so the people know me. The people that don't know me, my name is Liam Patrick Carr. I grew up in an Irish household. My dad owned a bar. I'm pretty Irish as they come. I don't like Notre Dame. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that's why all of his family hopes Texas A&M would get in.
Right.
Because that would be their first time getting in.
Right. So what's good about Notre Dame? Their quarterback?
Ian Book.
Yeah, their quarterback, Ian Book. But
their defense is really good.
Their defense is really good.
That's same for Clemson. Literally every one of those teams is defense held.
Right. The only problem that I have with Notre Dame making the playoffs is the last game that they played.
They got blown out in the conference championship, 34-10 versus Clemson.
Now, granted, it was Clemson, but still, that's the last game that everybody remembers that Notre Dame played.
Yeah.
You know, they played them earlier in the year.
Beat them 47-40 with 2 overtimes, but guess what? They didn't have Trevor Lawrence.
Right. And so Notre Dame facing a Clemson team that wasn't at full strength.
And the week before, Clemson barely beat Boston College because they didn't have Trevor.
Yeah, right. Right, so Trevor was out with COVID, right? Yeah. So he missed a couple games. Yeah. First game was against BC. They barely eked it out.
32-28.
Yeah, something like, yeah. And then, yeah, something like that. That was the exact score, wasn't it? Of course that was the exact score. He knows every score of every game. How does he do it? I don't know. Okay, so anyway, yeah. So Notre Dame, we don't really feel like they belong.
No.
But they got in. Anyway, they're going to have to face Alabama, so.
Oh, but in the Rose Bowl in Arlington.
Yes, Rose Bowl in Arlington.
Stadium.
Yeah, how about that, huh? Not the Cotton Bowl. Don't get it confused with the Cotton Bowl, because that's the one in Dallas. But the Cotton Bowl is actually being played at AT&T Stadium, but that's not a New Year's Day Bowl like it used to be. Now it's Today Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, the December 30th Bowl.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But then they're also going to play the Rose Bowl, which is normally played in Pasadena. They're going to play that on January 1st. But that's not really a bowl game. It's actually a college playoff game. But then why is it being played in Arlington and not Pasadena?
Slow down.
By the way, are they going to hold the Tournament of Roses parade in Dallas too, or is that going to be in Pasadena?
I think it's going to be in Pasadena.
Okay, I don't think they're doing parades anyway because of Corona.
Yeah.
All right.
Or they'll just be twirling down the streets in masks.
Why don't we get to the 2-3 matchup, the game that that we're kind of interested in,
all the marbles
that this guy's interested in right here,
for
right?
all the marbles. This was the exact same matchup last year,
right?
But they flipped positions.
Right.
Now Clemson is 2 and Ohio State is 3.
All right. So what happened last year?
They lost 29-23.
Who lost?
Oh, Ohio State.
Ohio State lost to Clemson, 29-23. Very close game, right?
Yes,
it could have gone either way.
lead.
So this one's the Sugar Bowl. It's being played down in New Orleans. I got a tip from our Ohio State insider, and he tells me that they don't play very well at the Sugar Bowl. So we're crossing our fingers. Maybe we'll see. But Clemson looking pretty good this year, especially with Trevor. Mm-hmm. If Alabama wasn't around, they'd be the definite number 1.
Definitely.
So, who do you think's going to win? The 2-3 game.
Oh, my God. This is hard. I think Clemson's going to win.
You think Clemson's going to win?
Justin Fields, I think, has a sprained finger.
He is, yeah. He's not at 100% for sure. Although that might run Sermon 40 times, and he'll run for 400 yards this time.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I think Clemson's going to win this game too. Sorry, Papa. Let's move on to number 1, Alabama. We're just going to touch on these guys. Everybody knows Alabama's great. Blah, blah, blah. It was an undefeated SEC championship, blah, blah, blah. They play Notre Dame in the semifinals. They're going to kill them.
I hope so.
Probably,
yeah.
But and then they'll face the winner of the Clemson-Ohio State game in the national championship game.
Yes.
So, that's who we think is going to win. We got Notre Dame losing. Mm-hmm. That's all that really matters. Yeah. We got Ohio State losing unfortunately.
Sorry.
But so Alabama, Clemson in the championship. Who you got?
It could go either way. Honestly.
All right. The people don't want to hear either way. They want you to hear. They want to hear your informed.
Alabama.
Okay, that's what we want to hear. Alabama's unstoppable. I mean, they are. This is one of the best college football teams.
Definitely.
I just, Anyway, so
Well,
Wait. Yes.
what would they do without Nick Saban?
They'd lose a lot more games, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Coach Saban to you.
Nick
That's an
Saban.
inside joke. Actually, only Twitter probably gets that, but anyway.
No, I get it.
You get it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're at the end of our video. Is there
Yes.
anything you'd like to add about the college football playoffs?
I hope Coastal Carolina gets in next year.
I do too. But you know how I feel about, or what I think was going to happen to the non-Power 5 conference teams. They're not going to get in. You know what they should do is they should hold their own playoffs. Let's be honest. Let's have three playoff. Let's have three divisions. You have your Power 5,
Yeah.
you have your mid-majors, and you have your Stephen F. Austins. Right? All three of those teams should play for a different championship.
Yes.
Let's get that going, guys.
Yes.
Let's get that going, NCAA. Yeah, let's do that. All right.
Oh,
Hey.
they need to expand the NCAA playoffs too.
Well, that's a whole nother video for us to do
32
next time.
teams.
32 teams. Oh my goodness, we're gonna get a 5 team in there. All right, this is Tyler. I'm Bill, and we are.
the Football Geniuses.
See you next.